Hello, this is Tim Price from Harvest Ministry. We had a full schedule this winter and spring of ministry events beginning mid-February and scheduled to end in mid-April. Before the quarantine and pandemic that we're all experiencing now, the schedule was kind of a frenzy, and I just wanted to take a minute to give God glory and to praise His name for all that happened and the fruit that will come from it. In February, we had a Fire Up Conference, the high school ministry event that we've done at Troy Methodist Church for the last 20 plus years now. DJ Dangerfield was the speaker, and the times of worship and prayer and the Dan Talks and all the ministry surrounding that was just awesome. I appreciated the Harvest Band who served, and for the Troy UMC team who came around for hospitality and for small group leadership, and in general praying for the lives of the next generation. We're so thankful for that weekend. Following that weekend, I had an opportunity to go lead music for the Bishop's Rally in Springfield, Illinois. About 300 middle schoolers and leaders who were part of confirmation this year, and it was fun to lead some fun camp songs as that day unfolded. It was at that rally that I kind of got inspired because an invitation he gave to kids to say the books of the Bible, and somebody picked a card that had a $50 bill in it, and the question was, recite the books of the Bible and you can receive this $50 cash. And I was scratching my head thinking, I don't know if I could even do that. And so when I came home, I created a little fold-up card that we could stand on our kitchen table, and informally during meals over these last couple weeks, especially if we've been home, we've been working on memorizing the books of the Bible, Psalm 23, and the disciples' names, and a couple other key verses. So that event was awesome, and it was fun to connect, and I praise the Lord for the bishop and for the gathering of those students, and I pray for those students as we continue to try to raise up the next generation. The next day, we met with the church in Mount Carmel, Illinois, and the Harvest team provided music and a witness and devotion that night. Had a great time of fellowship, and we appreciate Terry and that congregation for their support. And then the next 3 days were really full. We did the Well for Youth Workers, met with about 96 different youth ministry leaders from around the state, and Mark Ostreicher came to speak for that event. Tons of great application, and I have all the notes I'm still trying to compile and share with people. But Mark Ostreicher is a national mentor of youth workers, and just some incredible stuff, incredible application for reaching the next generation. And so that was a fun trip. Appreciated the team that served with that. We jumped in the van and traveled between Belleville and Springfield and Bloomington. Clint, Noah, and Courtney, and several others were helping with that. And we also appreciated the host churches for putting those events together. Belleville St. Matthew, Bloomington E-Free, and Cherry Hills in Springfield. After that trip was over, we had a couple days to prepare and turn around and get ready for the kids conference. We've had 3 of those each spring for the last 20 years, and maybe about 16, 17 years, I guess now. First one was in 2001. And the theme this year was Move. It was all about the invitation that God gives us to go when He calls us, and how God moves closer to us when we move close to Him. And so the kids conference was awesome in Peoria, Illinois. We appreciate Kara and Pastor Tim and the First Methodist Church. And it was amazing to see all those kids in worship and connected, and again, the opportunity to raise up the next generation. Praise the Lord for the Harvest team that was able to go there. And one component that we added in this year was Shout Co Puppets, a puppet group that we created to serve as the fun time, entertainment time of the kids conferences for each of the sites. And so it was just an awesome weekend. Following that trip, actually, the night we got home from the kids conference, we left for the spring break trip in Texas. That's put on by the Epworth League out of Wisconsin with Ken Rankians, and he's got a heart for reaching the college students. And this trip to Texas is something he does each spring, 3 weeks each spring, and he'll usually have somewhere between 200 and 300 college students who show up in Surfside Beach, Texas, stay in homes along the beach and each day go serve in work and ministry and witness to various locations around the region there. And I've tried to work it out to go a couple years before, but never had gotten the chance until this year. And so we served as a worship team for the group, and it was awesome to connect with those students. When we got home from March 14th, and that was the day that everything was really escalating for the coronavirus and the quarantine and the shutdown. And since that time, we've had to make the tough decisions, and I guess also somewhat easy decisions to postpone the next 2 kids conferences, which we hope to put together in early summer if timing works out well. And we also canceled the girls conference and decided to just put that in for next April and kind of slide everybody over for that one. And so we're just praying that God can continue to be at work as we kind of shift our sights and not only keep seeking the Lord in this unusual time, but also to prepare for the next season of ministry, of forming the summer teams and praying for these camps and the summer ministry and hoping that things have settled down by then and it can happen, because summer camps are still one of the best ways to engage and connect with students and children. And then we're also looking toward the next series and season of conferences. We have the Ignition Middle School Conference in October, and we also have a Awakening Worship Conference with Andy Rozier out of the Vertical Worship Ministry. And these will both be hosted in Troy, Illinois, and would love to invite leaders. And once again, I just want to thank part of Harvest Ministry, the worship teams that play and are assembled to serve in so many different various ways, and for the prayer team and the support team that helped send us off through financial giving and through praying that God would continue to use us. We're gearing up for this summer to be the mark 25 years, and we know that that as the Lord keeps opening doors, that we will be faithful to serve, and we are counting on you and each one who is a part of this to join us in that. There's a couple cool things you can do. One, we are creating a couple little videos during this being at home time, and we would love for you to connect with those on the Harvest YouTube channel or the Harvest Ministry Kids YouTube channel. And the other thing we would love for you to do is to connect with us via text. It's really simple. All you have to do is text the word harvest to 618-243-7476. Text the word harvest to 243-7476, 618 area code. And we're praying for you. If there's anything we can do, let us know. Thank you.